And now I will request Dean, Behavioral and Social Sciences and Director, Center for South Asian Study, Professor Dr. Ambreen Javaid for her address.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rehana. You're always here every year. Thank you so much. Worthy Mr. Shamshad Ahmad Khan, former Foreign Secretary, Pakistan, my favorite and dearest also, and I must say one of the most successful Foreign Secretaries of Pakistan. I welcome you, sir, to this international conference, and we all are honored that you have graced this occasion over here. Sir, I am very thankful to you. Mr. Sayyid Shaheen Hassan Sahab, respected honorable speakers, especially from India, the delegates from India, you're most welcome to this conference. Guest speakers, faculty members, here I would like to mention that this international conference has been organized by the Center for South Asian Studies in collaboration with Sir Gangaram Heritage Foundation, and this has become an yearly event, and between the two organizations, which according to is an MOU which has been signed by the two. And this center is very glad to welcome all the delegates, especially from India. Here I would like to throw some light on Dr. Ambedkar as a social reformist. Dr. Ambedkar, I'm sure the Indian delegates are going to give you a lot of details about him. I would just like to throw some brief details, give you some brief details about him. He was born on 14th April 1891. He died on December 6, 1956, and he is taken as the leader of the Dalits. He took as a leading part in the framing of the Indian Constitution, outlawing the discrimination against the untouchables. In 1956, he renounced the Hinduism and became a Buddhist. His original surname was Sakpal, but as a teacher in his school, who was, according to his school teacher, he was given his name Ambedkar. And he saw in his school time that the untouchables had to sit apart in the classroom and had to bring their own gunny school sacks from home to sit on them. And the same he had to do from home. All this he looked upon since his childhood. He was a highly educated person. He joined Columbia University in USA, and he joined London School of Economics also. Looking at his social influences, we see that during his stay in United States, he was deeply influenced by two things. Firstly, it was the 14th Amendment to the Constitution of USA, which granted freedom to the Negroes. Secondly, he was impressed by the activities of Washington, who was a great social reformer and educator of Negroes in America. Then in India back home, he was deeply influenced by three great social reformers, that was Kabir, Phule and Gautam Buddha. All these influences led in the development of the social philosophy of Ambedkar on three principles of liberty, equality and fraternity. It was his conviction that he decided to fight against untouchables and oppression by the upper castes. Looking at the political ideals of Ambedkar regarding empowerment of untouchables, Firstly, Dr. Ambedkar had firm faith that caste system in India cannot be reformed, and thus the only remedy is the total destruction of caste system. Secondly, the movement for social equality should be initiated and launched by the untouchables themselves. Thirdly, he exhorted the depressed classes in self-improvement by leaving derogatory practices and concentrating on education and self-respect. Fourthly, he was a staunch supporter of empowerment of depressed classes by demanding their due representation in political institutions. Then, further on, Dr. Ambedkar believed that democracy is a form of government which facilitates radical social and economic changes without violence through peaceful means. And laying down the conditions for success of democracy, he believed that there are several conditions which are needed for the success of democracy. Firstly, there needs to be social and economic equality. Secondly, the democracy should be based on multi-party system and should have strong opposition. Thirdly, there should not be any scope for tyranny of majority over the minority in democracy. The majority should always respect the minority. He did not appreciate the methods of non-cooperation and civil disobedience. Finally, the political democracy should be broadened to realize the idea of social democracy based on the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. So I'm sure we are going to hear a lot about him today, and which will be very useful for all of you because he was a very, very great personality of this subcontinent. So thank you so much for attending this very useful conference, and once again I'm very grateful to Mr. Shamshad Ahmed Khan for gracing this occasion. Personally also I'm very thankful to him, and I'm thankful to the students also, and I'm thankful especially to the delegates from India who have come all the way to attend this conference. Thank you so much.